Now available for the first time in paperback. Stop Simping in the Workplace. Men, learn what you need to know in order to protect your job from workplace predators with Stop Simping in the Workplace. Available in paperback at online booksellers everywhere. I got an email from a viewer in Serbia who was telling me about a female coworker who was looking to try to get him and other male coworkers to do her work. Now, this viewer from Serbia was working for a client, and basically, as they were working, this female coworker began going out and trying to persuade guys to do her work. And I told the guy basically what I wrote in my book, Stop Simping in the Workplace, that when it comes down to these women, you refuse to do any of her work because these attempts to get you to do her work basically devalue your own work. Now, when it comes to a lot of guys will basically think that because this woman is paying them some attention, they're thinking that things are going good, and that basically has them in their feelings. And as they get in their feelings, what these guys do is they start to think it's okay to go out here and do this woman's work, but what they're doing is actually lowering the value of their own work by looking to give this woman a pass. And a lot of guys, as they look to give this woman a pass, the reason why they want to do this woman's work basically is because what they want to do is believe that if they can get this woman's attention and approval, they can form a covert contract where they will be able to possibly get an opportunity to be able to either date this woman as related to the short end, and in the long term they believe what they're going to be able to get is this woman to possibly go out here and drop the skid mark jockey draws and allow them to get a taste of the atomic waste from the special place. But in a lot of cases, these guys, as they're daydreaming about a personal relationship, everything is all business as related to this woman. And the business that this woman is planning is to go out here and be able to keep this job at the expense of her male coworkers. What she wants to do is be able to stay on this job without ever having to do any of the work that she was supposed to be assigned to do. Now, in our whole era of feminism in the West, many of these same women say that they are supposed to be equal to a man, and as they say that they're equal to a man, they deserve equal pay for the job. But the whole thing is, with women like this, they don't want to go out here and take equal responsibility for their work on the job. And since they don't want to take equal responsibility, what they look to find is a naive, gullible simp, a nice, big, fat, juicy, gullible simp, and have him do their work. And as they have him do their work, what they do is go out here and they're getting paid at the expense of all the male coworkers who are doing her job, and she's collecting a paycheck for free. That's what a lot of guys really don't see is going on as related to this woman. She's basically in here getting a paycheck for free at your expense. You're out here putting in extra work, putting in the work of not only of yourself, but of her work as well. And instead of you getting the two paychecks for the same labor, she's out here getting paid for free, and you're doing twice as much work for half the price. That's what a lot of guys are not really seeing because they're not thinking critically about the value of their labor. This is a problem a lot of men have, is that they don't really think critically about the value of their labor. And since they don't think critically about the value of their labor, they can't see how this woman is taking advantage of them, and taking advantage of them because she's out here. Again, she said that in the job interview she was qualified to do this work. She said in the job interview she was capable of performing the tasks of the job. She said in the job interview she was capable of taking on the responsibilities of that job. And your job as a male coworker
at that job is to make sure that she can go out here and meet that duty. And again, meet that duty because this is what she agreed to, and this is the contract between her and the employer. She said to the employer, yes, I can do this job. And if she said, yes, I can do this job, then you need to let her do her job. And this is why I told the guys in the email, this is where you say no to this woman because she's supposed to be able to carry her own weight. I mean, these Western women say that they are independent and they came to this job to be the equal of a man. Well, equal rights means equal responsibilities. And if you came to the interview and told the employer you could do the job, then you need to be able to do the job without any sort of men doing the work for you. Because again, in an equal society, an equal woman is supposed to carry equal weight. And again, what you need to do is make sure and insist that she carry her own weight. That's what the men at that job have to do in order to be able to deal with a workplace predator like this. The way you deal with a workplace predator like this is to insist that she do the job that she is supposed to have been interviewed for and qualified for. And if she's the one who said she could do the job, then you insist that she do the job. And this is where this woman basically will do one thing that I know that they always do. And this is where you're going to hear the I'm not happy speech. And again, the I'm not happy speech is something that we women do because they're not happy at the job, but they're not happy that they can't come on the job and take advantage of the male coworkers and use the male coworkers to be able to advance their career at their expense. When these women find that they are going to be held to the same standard as the men, what happens is this is where the woman goes into the I'm not happy speech and then wants to leave the job. And that's where you guys basically can't get into your emotions, because when it comes down to a lot of guys in the workplace, they basically get emotional with women like this. And again, this is why you have to set a boundary when women start to say, I don't really know how to do this. Could you show me a little? And it's like, no, this is where you basically let her basically crash and burn, because again, she said she could do it at the job interview. She basically has training. You don't do any work for her. Let her do her own work. She came here to do work in exchange for a paycheck, so let her earn that paycheck. Let her earn the paycheck that she agreed to get this job for, because she came here to work. So come here and get this work done, or just get out the door. And don't feel bad when this woman goes out the door, because she came here for a purpose. And if she cannot meet that purpose, this is where this woman needs to leave, and needs to leave because if she can't meet the purpose of the duties, again, as related to this business, then you can't take it personal. And that's where I want everybody to know, again, because the workplace is an indifferent place. And when it comes down to women like this, you got to be indifferent about them. They're going to come and go on the job. And the main focus for you is that you got to focus on taking care of your business, taking care of yourself, because the only person that is going to take care of you is you. And the only way you're going to be able to make a living is if you take care of you. And you definitely don't want to get involved with women like this that have you doing their work for them, because what women like this like to do when when things go sour is they like to take these social interactions that you have and basically turn them into cases of sexual harassment. Because in this era of Me Too, it's women like this, when they can't get their way, they will go into making allegations of sexual harassment. And basically, as they make this claim, the company is going to side with her, and they're going to side with her because they don't want to deal with a lawsuit where they have to pay out lots of money, and you're the one who's going to be the loser, but because you did the work for her, and then you're going to get worked over. And that's why you make sure you make her do the work, You make her do her own work and carry her own weight because you have too much to lose. You have too much to lose as related to your personal reputation. You have too much to lose as related to your professional reputation. And in some cases, you have too much to lose in case of your freedom. You just have too much to lose, and you can't risk all of that because as a man, again, you're the only one providing for you. So whenever you see a woman asking you to do her work for her, you just tell her to go out here and carry her own load because in this era again of Me Too, it's all about you. And again, this is the place where you make your living. This is where you make your bread. You had to come in here and you're going to be held to a standard where you're going to be held accountable for coming in to work on time, coming in and getting your work done. You're going to be held to that standard. And because she says she's equal, you have to hold her to an equal standard. So when it comes down to chicks like this, don't feel bad about telling her no. It's okay to tell her no because, again, I'll repeat it once more. I know some people don't like me repeating, but she said that she could do the job, so let her do the job, and whatever falls on her, falls on her. If she's getting into it with the boss, that's got nothing to do with you. You're here to get this paper, you're here to get this bread, and you're here to take care of your business, and nothing at your business is personal. You're here to get this money and be able to take care of yourself. So if she can't do the work, that's on her. And it's on her because she was the one who, again, said she could do it. So if she falls, she falls. If she fails, she fails. And again, that's not your problem. She will be gone, and they'll possibly replace her with another person, and possibly you guys can get together and say, we want another man in the space, and have another man in the space so that you guys can go focus on more important things like taking care of your business. Now, I was really happy to hear that I had viewers from places like Serbia and Eastern Europe watching my videos. I get people all over the world watching my videos, and it's just happy to hear that type of thing, that people still watch my videos all over the world, especially my workplace videos, and the viewer can really learn a lot more about how to handle yourself in the workplace and identify workplace predators if they pick up my book, Stop Simping in the Workplace, which is available on Amazon.com and Amazon in other countries, like all across Europe and in other places. And it's also available in other foreign sellers at places like Draft the Digital and Google Play. And I have lots of other great men's issues books on all of these digital online platforms, and you can check them all out by clicking the links in the description box. And if you'd like to see me make more videos about the workplace, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA, from the Black Boule, in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Coming to paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Pre-order your copy of Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.